Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Benedict Construction. Need more room in your family room? Need a bigger kitchen? Has the family grown and you need more bedroom space? What about a new patio or deck? If so, for any and all of that, call the custom remodel specialists at Benedict Construction. Benedict Construction. They've done work for us on this set and several of the guys on the show. So, all right. We have 8 more spring practice questions to go. They are all on the spinning wheel at this point. I'll spin it to get a question. Then I want you guys, whoever wants it, first one to buzz in gets it, okay? So then you'll have about a minute to answer the question, naturally. And we got, who is the single most important newcomer, and that's a player, this spring? Who wants it?
I'll go ahead and take it.
All right, Bob Hodge.
Trey Smith. I think it's pretty obvious. He's the #1 recruit that you got. He's coming in. Your offensive line last year was shaky, got better towards the end of the season. You've got a new offensive line coach. You've got this new strength coach who everybody's high about. So this guy's coming in with a lot of hype. If he comes in and doesn't get on the field early, either one of two things has happened. One, he was overrated, or two, your offensive line has gotten a lot better. And hopefully he will come in and he'll play. But I think it's Trey Smith, and he's got a little bit of distance between him and the other guys.
Get about 20 seconds. Any strong rebuttal from anyone, or does everybody kind of agree with Trey Smith?
No, because you're hoping you can plug him in at left tackle, I guess.
Maybe Ty Chandler. Not here yet, but could see a lot of
Again,
carries.
you need quarterbacks. I mean, running backs.
Yeah.
So you've got quarterbacks. You need running backs. All right, here we go. Second one. It's going to do that every time. All right, here we go. What do we got? Which new assistant coach is under the most pressure? Chuck.
I go with your offensive coordinator.
New assistant coach.
New assistant coach. I'm going to go with your offensive line coach because that's the position I think you have really got to show that that's Tennessee's strong suit. With the players you have to work with and his attitude and what he brings as a former player, as the new position coach, I like that.
How about Brady Hoke? No matter what he does, he's going to be under the scope. He's a former head coach. He's a popular name out there, and he's missing a few guys during spring drills that they desperately need to get this defensive line back where they're at. So I don't think Brady's got a lot to work with, and yet he's got a big name, and so a little bit more scrutiny than maybe the next guy.
I would agree with – I see that. He'll be the one that most people know, so that means more scrutiny. But I agree with Chuck. I think your offensive line was an issue. It's been an issue, which is why you've had a change there. And you've got a guy there who doesn't have the deepest resume on your group. So people are going to be questioning that hire if it doesn't look good. All right, next one. What do we got? Spun it stronger that time. All right, here we go. What, and then this is for Josh and Mike, whoever buzzes in first.
Too, Mike.
What new coach are you most concerned about?
That's easy. Kevin Beard. I think they hired a second receivers coach, one to watch over Juwan Jennings and the other one to actually coach the receivers. But somebody's got to keep Juwan Jennings between the lines. I think Kevin Beard is a guy who played at Miami. I think he can show his highlight tape against Florida. He had 164 yards and a touchdown and a win over Florida, even more than Jennings. So, but I think Kevin Beard, he's got to get Juwan Jennings to be a leader and produce, and he's got to develop a lot of young receivers this spring.
All right, last one for you, Josh Ward.
Okay.
Where will it land? Here's your question. Hopefully it's the toughest one on the board. UT's talent level is high after top 15 recruiting classes, or UT's talent level is depleted due to transfers and early exits?
That is probably the toughest question.
It is.
I would say I would lean more toward the depleted side. And I still think Tennessee has good talent on its roster, but compared to where it was a year ago and what you need to go win at the highest level in the East and in the SEC, which is where fan expectation is now, with the key players that left last year's team, key players from the 14 class that are no longer with you, that would be your fourth-year senior class this year.
Yep.
That leaves, I think, a lot of holes that players are now going to be pressured to fill.
I agree, and I think we saw this coming. This was one of those, programs build to a point, and then okay, this is a reload year. Hopefully not a complete rebuild. But I think we saw this coming last year. We talked about it. It's one of the reasons Butch Jones needed to have a big year last year. Didn't have it. Was to keep people quiet when you took a slight step back this year. So I think you're right. Talent overall from when he took over is up, but compared to where it was last year, I think it's depleted. All right, gentlemen, when we come back, we were going to talk a little bit more about basketball with Mark Pankratz. Steve Forbes at ETSU. A lot of people around here would like to see Forbes back at Tennessee. Timing-wise, that ever work out? And is it even fair to ask that question with Rick Barnes still coaching over there? Not even through 3 years yet. Come on back.